happy Monday of Vital Fast Week. You guys, this is so exciting. Drop a one if you are going to be at Vital Fest, and I actually get to see you in like 5 days. Oh my gosh, there's like a lot of you, and I so many of you we have not met in real life yet. We have been Zoom friends, right? We have been online friends. So this is so exciting. Look at all of these ones in the chat. You guys, welcome to our new Zoom link. So if you have a team that have the other AM Power Zoom link, please make sure you message them. I'm also going to put just a small word of advice. Let's make sure we don't put the graphic for our AM Powers publicly with the password. That will protect what we have here. Therefore, we can keep the chat open. We can keep the engagement, which is so important for these AM Powers, I believe. It is so important when you guys are able to jump on, you're able to engage with each other. It really brings a whole new level of energy to what we have here that's very special for our AM Powers. So I'm excited. Make sure you guys send that link to your team. And that's actually what I want to talk about today. But before I do, we're going to talk about being safe to be seen. Being safe to be out there, and what can happen when that happens, and why so many of us retract. Okay, we're going to talk about that today because it is a huge part in stepping up into you being a CEO of your business. Those of you who are going to Anaheim, you're going to hear me talk on Sunday about being a CEO and what that requires, and some of the things that keep us back, keep us holding back, keep us from fully stepping out and shining in who we are, has to do with being safe to be seen. We're going to get to that in a second, but really quick before we do, you guys, I want those of you who put that one in the chat, those of you who are going to Anaheim, I want you right now, on the top of your head, grab a paper and start jotting down anyone that pops in your head that lives in Southern California. Just drop those hands. Like, don't freak out. I am not going to come knock on your door and say, did you invite them to the event? I'm not going to do it, but I want you to brain dump right now anybody in Southern California right now. Okay? Because I encourage every single one of you that is going to Anaheim, yes, have team there with you. Yes, it's wonderful for us to be with our team. But I am going to encourage every single person that is attending live to show up with a guest. Show up with somebody who is not yet in Vital Health. I will share, this is a true experience I just had in Anaheim in August. I had several guests there. I had met with many people the day before, scanned them, and brought them and invited them to the event. Every single person was enrolled from that event with an elite pack. Every single one. Now those people have people they're bringing to this event. That is the power of building event to event, but not just with our team. Who do you know? Who do you possibly know? I want you to brain dump this, okay? And then get brave. Be safe to be seen, and let's reach out to them and get them as your guest. Even one of the days, you will be very happy you had them in that chair. So you guys, I'm Tara Truax. I am a triple diamond here at Vital Health. I've been here since February of this year, and I am truly grateful to be part of this process of what we have rolling out for you guys this weekend. It has been a group effort. We truly are one team. We all work together so much to bring you guys every tool you possibly need in the planet, but there's one tool that none of us can bring you. None. It's you. You are the greatest tool in Vital Health. Believe it or not, you are. Every single gift you have that God put in your heart to go out into the world to contribute. And we are all different. We wear different clothes for a reason, you guys. We dress different. We like different foods. We live in different places. That's on purpose. You're on purpose. What I want to talk to you guys about is being safe to be seen exactly as you are on purpose, as you are the greatest tool we have in vital health, every single one of you. Now think about this, okay? Each one of you on this call right now, if you're all the greatest tool, is that competition? No, because you cannot build a house with just a hammer. Not possible. Absolutely not possible. Can't build a house with just a saw. Not possible. Absolutely not possible. We are all unique for a reason. That's what one team is, and that is the power of what we're creating in Vital Health. Now, you guys, some of you know, I was a professional dancer for 20 years. I toured all over the world with some very, very, very famous people. Now, the benefit I had back then, and some people say is a benefit, some people say it wasn't, okay? Because there's two sides to every piece of this. Back then, this thing didn't exist. We had flip phones. You didn't have social media. Facebook came into existence. We had MySpace. That was a different world. But Facebook came into existence while we were on tour. I remember one of the girls in our tour, she was a lot younger. I was in my mid-20s. She was like 18, I think, or 19. And she was out in college still and showed us Facebook. I didn't even know what it was then. And you, at that point, had to be invited by somebody in college to be on it. And so we were. But this was prior to that, and it wasn't on your phone. You had to get on a computer. Because of that, it was a different world. But in that different world, I had a really unfortunate experience, and I had a stalker. And I am telling you guys this story because I'm going to tell you a couple other stories on purpose. Because every single one of us, we are thriving in the world because we have decided where we are safe to be seen in that space. And if we want to expand beyond that, we have to decide that we are safe to expand beyond that. Otherwise, we will continue to adjust our thermostat to where we are safe to be seen in business. Many of you right now have not dialed up what you are doing in business because you don't feel safe, because somebody out there, you are catering to somebody else's belief about you, somebody else's belief that doesn't pay your bills, or maybe it's somebody else's belief who does pay your bills. That's a whole other thing, and that it can be very threatening, especially if it's in your own household. But you're dialing where you feel safe and putting a limit on that. So when I was on tour, we were very public. I mean, we were in the New York Times, like all the things. And I had a stalker. And ironically, you guys, this stalker was a girl. But at that point, I was 26 years old. At that point, I realized I had to be very careful of what I put online. I had to put special passwords on my phone and different things because I started to get paranoid. I started, because of what this person was doing, I started to shrink myself because I no longer felt safe in the world. Now, did I think this person was going to kill me? No, I didn't. At that, looking back, maybe I probably should have, but I was too naive. I didn't. But did I not feel safe because this person was impersonating other people? This person was hacking things. This person really did a lot of things that in my world at that time made it so I didn't feel safe. Now, we're going back to the beginning. I didn't have any Facebook followers. MySpace was its own thing. So it wasn't that I just needed to shut down online. I just didn't want to show up online at all. At that point in the entertainment industry, YouTube started to be a thing. You had to start marketing yourself via that way. And that wasn't safe for me. I shifted my career. I worked for the opera for several other years. But then as that happened, I realized I'm not safe out here. And I shut all that down, went into mom life, was not on social media. You guys, when network marketing got introduced to me, I had 400 friends on Facebook. That was it. That was 11 years ago. Right now, we have almost 13,000 followers on Facebook and almost 55,000 followers on Instagram. And that's not because I decided I was going to stay hidden. I had to get over what other people are doing in the world and do what was put on my heart to show up as. Now, a couple years ago, some of you may know, I had a not good experience in network marketing, and it was a very public experience. It was an experience where if you're going to get your face dragged through the mud in front of everybody you know and it be all out there everywhere, you're going to be standing there fully naked and decide this is still what you're going to do. I had that experience. I had that experience that every single thing I said online would be manipulated and flipped on me and turned on me, and I would get cease and desist. I had experiences, you guys, where my voice, just like this, from doing trainings just like this, was recorded and used to recruit and manipulate into other things. Was it safe? No. In that business, you guys, for 5 years, I would say, I don't feel safe here. I would publicly say it. I would say it. I would say it to I don't feel safe here. And yet that came to go right in my face. There are things in your life right now where you're saying, I don't feel safe. And it is putting a wall up. I hit the max of what I could have ever done in that business. And because I didn't move, the universe moved it for me. And if that hadn't happened, I would not be sitting here right now. I would not have met people and had gone through the journey and the experience. You can never connect the dots forward, you guys. You can only connect them back. And from what happened there and a series of events that happened after for 2 years to get to where we are now, I wouldn't be here had I not gone through it. Was I safe to be seen? The fact is, I took hits. Did they hurt? Yes. Did I die? No. And some of you right now are not fully showing up in the real world, in what your soul's purpose is, and in vital health and online because you are too scared to take a hit. Some of you have been hit so many times that you're scared if you have one more hit, you might not survive. But I promise you, it doesn't work that way. I promise you, it doesn't work that way. The master of fear is the master in success. You're mastering your mind, you guys. You're mastering the stories you've told yourself. But the truth is, in this moment, in the now, right now, every single one of you, if you are listening to this call, you are safe. If you have a gun to your head right now in this moment and you're still breathing, you are safe. Why? You are still choosing. You are choosing life. You are choosing to be forward. You are choosing to shine. You are choosing to show up. You guys, I have made multiple millions of dollars in this industry, and I wanted to expand beyond that. I know after I went through the stuff with our lawsuit and all of that, people would say, well, I can't do what you do because I don't want to get sued. Guess what? How many billionaires in this world have never been sued? There have never been sued. Why? Because when you're stepping forward and you're willing to do things different, there's going to be people who don't like it. It only costs $150 or $200 to file a lawsuit on anyone, you guys. It doesn't matter, but there are some of you right now who are not fully stepping in and stepping forward to who you are, not because you're scared to be sued, but because you're scared of what someone's grandma's mom is going to say about you, who doesn't even care. There are some of you right now, because of the keyboard warriors online, who are literally part of the collective unconsciousness that will never know you, never see you, or never even care about your name ever in the world. You're not showing up because of that. And I know for a fact, because this summer I did something that proved it to myself. And it was an accident. This summer, I've been working on expanding beyond my own limitations. What it looks like for me. What it looks like if Tara's a billionaire. What does that look like? What walls do I have up to expand beyond what I have? And you could say, Tara, that doesn't relate to me. I can't even imagine being a millionaire. You go to your limitation. You go to the pit in your stomach where you say that's where it is. That's where it is. I don't even care if it's 100,000 a year. I don't care where your limitation is. I'm sharing where mine is because this was a real experience that happened. As I was working through this, I happened to make, it was a rough day in the world that day. There was a shooting that was very popular all over social media, and it was a sad day. And my dog, the ice cream man came, and my dog went out and sat there so beautifully. And me and my kids, my husband, we sat there and watched it. It was a very beautiful moment, just watching the dog eat ice cream and engage with the ice cream man. And I recorded it. And all I did was post it on social media. As you know what, this gave me just a little hope of kindness today. I'm gonna get teary-eyed. I wasn't expecting that reel to go viral. All I did was share something beautiful. Not only did that reel go viral, it's now had about 12 million views on Instagram. It's had 5 million views on Facebook. It went viral on 2 platforms. I ended up with about 30,000 new followers from it on both platforms. Okay, it was not on purpose. Okay, remember, I was expanding into what it feels like to be my billionaire self. And as this is happening, it is going viral as I'm driving to the Eckhart Tolle retreat in upstate New York. And my phone is blowing up. I don't even know how many reshares it has. And the hate that came with it. And I'm tearing up because the hate is what is preventing you all from showing up as your most authentic self. Who hates on a dog, you guys? There are people in this world writing horrible hate things I had to change my settings. I had to change like how people could message me. I had to change the comments. People are fighting in the comments. I posted a beautiful moment and people are fighting and fat shaming my dog. Did they fat shame the video I posted over 3 days later, running out to my car all excited? No. Why? There wasn't ice cream involved. People have their own stories and their own programming. The hate messages I was privately getting, you guys, were insane. And every single time I felt myself shrink more and more and more. Drop a 3 in the comments if you are an empath. Drop a 3 in the comments if you feel everything out there. Drop a 3 in the comments if you go on social media and you can't even stand it, because everybody has to fight and argue about everything. In fact, my husband has started to say that alone, people, like, they feed into an arguing energy. It's almost like they have to. That's the collective unconsciousness, you guys. That is the feeding of what we have to change. And the only way we change it is by shining. So it was ironic that as this was happening, I'm going to a retreat literally about releasing the ego and being in the now. The story I'm telling myself is I'm not safe on social media. The story myself, I'm sitting here going, okay, how many billionaires are hated all over social media? A lot. The whole reason I posted that video was somebody that was loved or hated. They were willing to be. They were willing to be, and they were killed. Some of you are not willing to be because you're so fearful of being killed. And it's not even being killed. It is being told you're a horrible person for giving your dog ice cream. How could you be a health conscious person and give your dog ice cream? Absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity. Will go online and say, I'm a super health conscious person. And guess what? My kids eat ice cream every single day. No. But am I about balance in our house? Yes. And if you want to judge me, you guys, when I was breastfeeding my kids for, I don't know, felt 8 years. I think I was breastfeeding all of them back to back to back to back. I was like a cow for 8 years. There were people who judged me for that. Then there's people who don't breastfeed and you're judged for that. You will be judged. There are people right now, because I'm in my 40s and I have hair this long, that judge me for that. There are going to be people that judge you for every single thing you do. And at that moment, as that video was going viral, I almost hit it. I almost took a really beautiful video that had been shared an insane amount of times. And why had it been shared so much? It wasn't because it was bad. It wasn't because of the negativity. It was because of the sweetness and the hope that it brought to people in the world. That's your light for each of you, you guys. You each, I want every single one of you to reflect after this call where you're backing down, where you're not sharing your true voice, where you're suddenly decide not to post something because, oh, this person might say something or do something. Let it go. Those keyboard warriors online will never know your name. Those keyboard warriors online, think about how lonely they must be, or the energy field they must be in order to even sit there and do it. And I thought about sitting and defending my dog, and I said, I'm not defending myself. I will not defend myself and go into the mud, because one thing is a fact. If you wrestle with a pig, you're going to get dirty. Why? They live in the mud. Therefore, that is your choice. That is your choice. So every single one of you guys going into this week, building your business into the next level of who you are as a CEO in your life, the next time you hesitate and you think, well, what will this person think? What will this say? What will happen to me? What will happen to you? Who could you impact? Who could those hearing those words absolutely give them hope? You may have to adjust, what I will tell you, don't go not public. Don't go not public on Facebook. Don't go not public on Instagram. That is decreasing your light. That is not being fully seen. Billionaires that are out there in this world, they don't do that. They're fully seen. But don't make the unconsciousness of the world impact the conscious light you shine. We need it. And your next version of yourself, your next level of yourself, your next step, the next recruit, the next business builder you bring in, the more money you bring into your business. You got to be safe to shine in it. You got to be safe to seen in it. More people are not going to like you. And guess what? More people are. I share this with you guys because as I reflect back on what we went through with one video about a dog, millions of people were so positively touched. And yet it almost took a little poison for me to pull back. I've impacted hundreds of thousands of people in my last business. And because a little bit of poison tried to stop me, I could potentially not be here now. There is always going to be a little bit of poison. There's always going to be a little bit of poison. That's okay. You can go beyond that. You can choose beyond that. You can use your glutation. You can use your nitro. You can use the things around you to continue to support your system, and you will shine above it, because the safety you seek is inside of you, and the only limitations and the bars you are putting yourself in and the jail you are holding yourself back in is because of the limitations you put on yourself. I promise you. We all have different limitations. We all have different spaces that we're safe to be seen in, but just go to the next space, okay? You don't have to go to where mine is. Just go to the next one. Let's do a baby step to break those bars open and see what else is possible. You guys, I cannot wait to see every single one of you in Anaheim. I encourage you, please reach out to that guest. You're safe to do it. Reach out, bring one. Say, I don't have a ticket. I don't care. We'll get them in. We will make sure your guests are taken care of. Get them in. Bring them up to us. I want to meet them. Say, Tara, this is my guest. I will hug them, and I will hug you for being brave enough to do that. Let's be seen. Let's open to the next level. Really reflect, you guys, on what is holding you back from your next level of how much you're willing to expand and how safe you're truly willing to be seen, because the next level of you is waiting for you to show up in it. You guys, I'm Tara Truax. We are here every single morning, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. I am so excited for every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. And I will see every single one of you guys at Anaheim, you guys. Bye-bye.